everyone, I'm Eny and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will show you guys how I made a dress from this curtain which I saved from an old kindergarten. First of all, I'm a self-taught seamstress, so I don't know how to do things right, therefore I appreciate if you have any advice for me, just comment down below. So now let's get into the project. Things you will need if you wanna have fun and try to recreate a dress with me: a scissor, some black twist or thread, a few pins, a sewing machine, I will show you guys mine later, a 35 cm long zipper, a black or dark blue fabric circa 11 yard, you can use satin, panama or any used bedsheet, tablecloth, curtain too, circa 2 yard as I know fishbone or brace for the structure of the corset, circa 2 or 3 seam black or blue ribbon, and the sewing pattern. Sorry, but I don't have pattern for the top. If I have it, I will upload it later. Let's get started. I pin the pattern to the fabric to make sure they don't move, and then I just cut out everything. I have 5 pieces of fabric, but I need to cut out more 5, the reflection of each of them. Therefore, I have 10 pieces of fabric. As you can see, this is the order how I will sew them together. I lay 2 pieces of them next to each other, then I put one of them top of the other, so now they are face to face. Along this line I will pin them together to make sure they are secure before I start to sew. Okay, here's my sewing machine. It's a single premise. I think it's perfect for beginners who want to try out the process of the dressmaking, or for people who want to fix some dress at home. I use this program which called Top Seam, and I set the distance 3 or 3.5. I put the fabric under the needle and I start the project. I sewing take a little while, so I keep going. After a few minutes, here is the result. I trim the edges, but they are a little bit raw, therefore I hem them. I use this program for the process, which I call zigzag. I set the distance 1 or 2. Now everything was hemmed. As you can see, I fold back 1 inch from the top and I pin it down. I grabbed a brace and cut a piece that is as long as the top. I put under the folded fabric and try to secure it. I sew it down from the outside of the top. I do it very close to the edges with top seam, and I set the distance 3. I think it came out very nice on the outside, however, in the inside it's a little disaster. At the same time, it's very steady, so I leave it like that. I sewed down the other 6 braces, and now I'm moving to the fold back. I leave 1 inch from both edges and I sew down the top along the line. I use for that again the top seam program with distance 3. I do it like this. Tie for the edges, I fold back 1 inch and pin it down. I make a little tunnel where I will tuck the brace in, then I sew it down with the same program, very close to the edge. I cut out 3 more pieces of fabric for the inside of the top. I sew them together as I do it in the beginning. I put it on the top and pin them together. As you can see, I use the 1 inch fold back fabric and I secure with needle the 2 pieces. Here it is how it looks like from the inside and from the outside. Then I sew them with the top seam at distance 3. And there is the almost final look. Now let's make the strips. I use for this 1 yard long and 1 or 2 inches wide piece of fabric. I fold the two edges to the middle and then I fold them all in half. Along the edge, I will sew it down with the same method. Okay, thanks for the loops. I made 9 for each side. I folded back and pinned down the edges of the inside fabric, so I made a little pocket for the loops. I cut 2 or 3 inches long pieces of the strip and I fold in half. I try to tuck it in the pocket and secure it. Here is the final look. I just hemmed the bottom of the top with the zigzag program and I set the distance 0. I cut out 2 more pieces of fabric. They are 20 inches long and 10 inches wide. I fold them in half and sew it down from the inside. Then I will turn out both of them. I tucked back the edges and fold back 2 times and make sure they are secure. I do it this 4 times with all the edges. Then I pin it to the top and sew it down. Here is the result. Let's move to the skirt. I use the measure as a divider and make some cycle. I cut out everything. There are the measurements of each pieces. I cut out from the number 1 5 pieces and 2 pieces from the number 2. Then this is the order how I will sew them together. I sew together them along the red lines with the top seam program and I set the distance 3. I hem them too with the zigzag program with 2 for the distance. It takes a little while, so let's skip this part and move to the gathering. This is the top of the skirt. I use the top seam program and I set the distance 4. I sew 2 lines quite close of each other. Here is the first line. And this will be the second line. I knot one of the end. I grab 2 front threads and I start to pull the fabric back. I start to it 3 times because I tear the thread. I gather it until it will be the size of my waist. This is the result. I sew it down once again with the same method along this blue line. This is the outside of the top and the inside of the skirt. I sew them together very close to the edge. I use for it the same program with the distance 2. Somehow I figure it out, but I'm totally sure that this is not the right method. However, I sew it in the zipper in the back of the skirt. I pin it down like this, and after I sew down, I fold back, and it looks like it is working. I trim the edges and then I hem them like this because it looks nicer. This is how it looks like the zipper. I think it is great because it's work. Now time for the final stitches. This is the bottom of the skirt. I folded back the fabric twice, I ironed it a little bit and I sewed down. It came out very neat and nice. By the way, I used the same program for this. And I finished sewing, I had the ribbon. It came out so much nicer than I thought. I totally obsessed with the cut up in the front, and with this crown it really feels like that it is a luxurious princess dress. I'm very happy with this result, so I made a little photo shoot in the nearest friends just for fun, because I feel like in it is a princess and I think it has a little throne of glass 5, so it reminded me hailing from the book. Thanks for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. See you guys in my next video.